The House of Representatives has advanced a bill to establish the Ibile Entrepreneur University in Ikorodu, Lagos. The bill, sponsored by lawmakers Babajimi Benson and Paul Kale Jaye, passed its second reading and seeks to enhance entrepreneur education and address the shortage of skilled manpower in Nigeria. Benson emphasized that the university will foster innovation, tackle unemployment, and create job opportunities by equipping students with entrepreneurial skills. He has added that traditional universities have failed, in his words, to meet the 21st century manpower needs, stressing the importance of specialized institutions like the proposed university. The next step is a public hearing to gather stakeholders' input before a final reading. I saw Inodi when he talked about the traditional universities failing in their manpower. Can we go to that part where he talked about traditional universities failing in their manpower production and all of that? And I saw you nodding to that. Do you agree?
But can you expatiate the traditional universities?
That's the normal universities. He's referring to normal. They are proposing an entrepreneurial university. Okay. Right? Because a lot of people have been proposing this recently, because people, especially with the whole ASU federal government thing,
exactly.
So people are saying, why don't we just have universities that focus on entrepreneurship skills? Yeah, so that's what they're proposing. So that's why they're calling the other universities the traditional universities.
It's a welcome development. I do a program in Uniport, part-time. So I know what we are passing through. Once there is strike, there's nothing you can do. So if they are coming up with such university, so many people will buy into it.
You think it's better than what we've had? Because they made a comparison here.
But anything government, if it affects the normal traditional university, like he said, that means it's going to affect that too. Or what's going to be the difference?
Okay.
You understand? Because anything handled by government, unless they want to privatize it, that's where we can achieve, because somebody will stand, my money is involved. Look at the private universities out there doing. They are doing pretty well. If there is anything, government strike or whatever, they still go to school. You understand? But anything government affects every sector. So you call it traditional or anyhow, it's to see boiled down to same.
But the aspect he mentioned about the actual, people used to say that some of these universities produce graduates that become dependent on the society when they come out of school. Even though that's the ideology a lot of students have had in the past. I don't think students still have so much of that ideology now. But then it has always been go to school, and when you're done, you get a job, get married and life starts, But not a lot of people knew that you go to school, and even in school you can get busy with your hands. So students depend on whatever their parents send in then, right? Even though a lot of students are doing so much now. But them saying that the traditional universities have failed in producing the kind of manpower that could add to the society immediately. Or do you agree to that statement?
No, because it depends on the program you're going for in the university. There are people who are they are academians, they go for education strictly. Those people are not going for entrepreneurship. You understand? There are people going for entrepreneurship, or they are going for anything like handwork or whatever they want to do after, something that will still support them. So you look at it, maybe those people in the academic section that wants to be just anything education, you understand, is those people, if they don't have a backup after the university program, it's just like you just speak English for nothing.
What do you mean by a backup?
Yeah, when I mean backup, meaning that if you don't have, you start carrying your files to go and look for a job.
Okay.
You understand? And it's okay, what's your field? oh, I'm like this, I'm that, I read this English in university. You read English.
Well, you know, these days it doesn't really matter what you read. Because even in this field that I am in, a lot of people did not even read anything that has to do with broadcasting or media and all of that, and they get into it. So does it really stay with what you read?
No, that's talent. That's talent that comes out of you, or familiarity, you know, with your environment or people you have been dealing with, or maybe during your IT and all the places you work, can develop that talent out of you. You understand? But what you read in school is supposed to be the first thing that will feed you.
That's how it's supposed to be.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Is that how it is now?
Yes.
Is that how we have seen it? Is that how it's playing out?
Yeah, so but now when you go and read something that does not come with that entrepreneurship or small skills and small skills industries and not the rest, that you can make up something, it becomes an issue at times.
Okay.
Unless you go to where they really needed such. You understand?
So their options are limited where they can actually apply.
So what I'm saying is, government coming up with this idea is not still for everybody.
Oh.
You understand? It's not for everybody, because it's those who want to really have something to do, handwork apart from the academic.
But for every course, there's always the money part. There's a financial part for every course. It's just that sometimes these students are not taught. They don't even know that on your own, from this course you're reading, you can start making money. Such that they are usually told where they can work. Some people go to school, and when they graduate, you ask them, where can you work with this course? Because some courses, you never heard them hearing for the first time. Like, okay, what kind of job? They'll be like, oh, we don't have so much of those industries here in Nigeria. We'll have to travel out. So you have to travel out before you can get a job.
You have to learn how to fly to a plane.
Like, do you understand? So cases like that you ask questions like, okay, so what do you think you can do with the knowledge that you have gotten in school, in this course, in this field? What can you do now while you wait for traveling out to get the job, since you say that's the only place you can do it, and they don't know? So that's the business side of the course. That's supposed to be the entrepreneurial part of the course, right? That students should really be introduced. What else do you think should be improved upon regarding our education, especially the curriculum in our universities?
What has to be improved? One, like comparing to my school, Uniport.
Okay.
You know, lecturers are almost tired of teaching.
Why?
Lecturers are almost tired of teaching because from information, they are not like, okay, like normally my department, we come from CCE, Uniport Continuous Education, and we go to school.
Okay.
We read at Uniport. But if we go back to CC, like if now they put our course, like so course, so this thing, you have to, your lecture takes place at CC. The lecturers from Uniport don't come to CC, rather they say come to this thing. You understand? So the financial involvement, the cost of today is affecting the university too. You understand what I'm saying? The high cost of living today is affecting the system. So if there's anything they should improve on, is to reorganize the system, generate funds, repair their classes, because even the classes now, most of them is nothing to write home about. Uniport of before and now is not the same. You understand? The only where I know they are very perfect in is the teaching. The lecturers are good when it comes to class, so I must give them that kudos. But when it comes to the system organizing, I don't want to point one place. I'm a student too. You understand? I don't want to point where.
but if you do, don't you think ICE could go to that place and then will have it better? Even though in some of their faculties, right? Since we're talking about it, but in some of their faculties, they have their classes, they have new classes now that the students are learning. Just like when I was there about 7 years ago, we used to be in the arena to learn, linguistics students. But now, when I went there recently, I saw that they now have a building for all of that, and they have classrooms. Aside the PS now, they have another building even for music and all of that. Yes, so for those courses that I just mentioned, they have new classes, right from when I was there and now. Well, so maybe you're talking about other courses.
What I know is charity begins at home. You know, the educational system in Nigeria has issues, and it starts from the school.
Okay.
You understand? So the university admins should put their things together to make sure they improve the system. I don't know how to categorize all.
So you're saying that our universities need more funding. That's what you're saying. That's what ASU has been asking for.
Yes, that's because that's the area. Like I said, I made mention of transportation.
Yes.
It needs funding, meaning that the management of the university should provide all that for the teachers, for the lecturers to carry out their duties.
All right.